Hello, 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 good people. Welcome to Happy Healthy Whole with Sharia. I am your host, Sharia Farmer, and I am excited to be here again another week talking self-confidence, the radiant queens that we are, empowering confidence in Black women. And so to get us started, just to give you an idea, if you haven't already, check out the first two videos. Week one was individuality and uniqueness. Week two was affirmations and positive self-talk. And then week three, which is where we are, which will close us out, is self-care is a game changer, right? And so really we're going to talk about how to personalize and think about your rituals so that they are important to not just doing, but also achieving a healthy well-being for your whole self, and also building a level of unstoppable confidence. And so on that note, I'm going to get us started with my new segment called To Heal or Not to Heal, which really is about affirmations or mindsets. And since we're closing out with self-care, and many of us struggle depending on our schedules, our lives, just being women who have to navigate families, friends, work, and just a number of different things that we participate in every single day, school, so many different things. One of the things that kind of happens with self-care, it can be put to the side. And so today's affirmation is going to be, I am becoming better every day. So the reason I chose this is I view each day as an opportunity to be myself in every way, which means that I approach every day as an opportunity and able to embrace my full life in all of its areas, right? Which I'm really truly able to embrace the concept of personal development, and self-care is going to be, we'll talk about in a second, but becoming better each day is always an actual true statement if I'm working towards improving myself. And so even just the step of watching this video is an indication that you're working towards that goal. And so life may have a number of challenges in the world that we live in currently, but we always have the possibility of trying to reframe or rethink about what we can do to impact ourselves as well as our environments. And that becomes an important part of our holistic work, which is I enjoy setting goals, but also accomplishing goals that will support that development of my personal skills, my professional skills, my physical skills, ultimately my whole body experience in this world needs a whole body ritual to show its love and to care for. And so I'm thinking about it from the perspective of really looking at getting better every day is about establishing those goals in the areas that we need to improve and also just continue in our lives. And so I want to try to have us do some self-reflection in this area. Three questions, just in terms of, and then I'm going to end on the affirmation again, just in terms of getting better. And so when we think about it, in what areas have I shown the most growth over the last year, over the last 2 years, or amount, whatever time frame, over the last week, whatever it is that you need to ask yourself regarding a time frame related to an area of you trying to improve. What areas of my life do I want to make better? Right. So not only where have I shown the most improvement, but what areas do I need improvement in? And then lastly, what is my plan for the areas of my life in which I deserve a change? And I say deserve versus desire because I deserve that change, because in my mind, there was something about needing a change or wanting a change in that area that motivated us to want to even bring it to the front of our minds. And so really asking yourself, what is my plan? Because you got to have a plan for the areas of my life in which I deserve a change. Again, the affirmation for today is I am becoming every day. You can, if you like, since this is our hashtag moment, also look at interacting with me with the hashtag healing and joy, healing in, that's INJOY, healing and joy. If you have anything during the show that sparks a question, encouragement, and or just resonates with you and you want to share it with me, feel free to hashtag healing and healing enjoy, and I will check it out throughout the week. I check it out one day a week just with my schedule, sometimes a little bit more just because I'm noticing or will notice that people have been using it, and I just love the interaction, and sometimes just love to see what people consider healing and joy looking like for them. So I look forward to interacting with you is my point. That being said, remember the affirmation for today or for our healing or not to heal moment is I am becoming better every day. I was going to add single, but you don't need to add that. All right, so let's talk about today's topic, which is self-care is a game changer. When we think about discussing our personalized self-care rituals that can enhance our well-being and contribute to our actual unstoppable confidence, because all of this is connecting back to confidence, remember. We really want to think about the statement, self-care is a game changer, as personalizing your actual rituals and traditions that you would need to embrace your full body well-being and make your confidence unstoppable. So in looking at this one, it really does need to be personalized for it to be the most successful. And so I'm going to, again, recommend that you go back to some of our self-care videos. We have tons of them because I am the founder of Self-Care for Black Girls. If you ever check us out in the Facebook group, and we talk about certain rituals or certain self-care every single week that can help your well-being. But for the purpose of today, it's about this powerful transformation around implementing. So really implementing what you say you want for yourself. So really enhancing that intentional thought and making it into an action for your actual health. And so the first thing is, for it to be a game changer, you have to implement the things that you want for yourself. So we can think about all different areas, our physical, our spiritual, our intellectual, our emotional, our mental, our occupational, all these areas of which we can really assert and create a plan for around wanting positive change. But the plan means nothing if you don't implement it. And so really thinking about those areas that are in your wellness wheel in terms of your whole body healing. And that is going to be how you think about your plan. I just listed all of some of the areas that are a part of the 8 dimensions of wellness. And so if you haven't already, you can check out some of our previous videos. You can also join us in our Black Women Healing series, where I actually go over creating the plan, give you workshops, all worksheets. And we also have an ongoing community that is private, where I come in and do some live interactive activities. So I'll also add that information in, because I'm not going to go over the sections today. This is really about enhancing our mindset. So thinking about it as a game changer, which is really implementing first. The second thing is, which we kind of just talked about, is what are the areas that you really feel like I am prompted to start change in when it comes to myself, my well-being, but on my self-care. But understanding that there are some foundational ones that no matter what you're doing, you always need to consider. So the first one is drink your water, sis. I'm going to drink some as I say that, as I just finished drinking some, or am drinking some water as we speak. Drink your water, move your body, 30 minutes of something, even if it's dance. And I say even if, because all those things can be helpful. I don't normally ever tell anybody what to do. I just say do it, right? So based off of your ability, your physical abilities, try to think about what movement would look like for you. And that movement can be, I said 30 minutes, but it can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is that you can muster up for your body to handle. But starting to give yourself movement can help to enhance your well-being. Think about your emotional health and your mental health. How are you thinking and talking to yourself? And so last week we talked about the forming of self-esteem through positive affirmations, and confidence is also formed through there, right? So self-talk, being able to talk to yourself the right way. Think about also, what are you doing to kind of represent your spiritual self? Now, this does not equate to having a religious belief and or not, because it can, right? But understanding that your purpose and being able to participate in your purpose are ways to actively support that area of spirituality. So it can be prayer, meditation, hiking, depending on what you actually believe around purpose in life, can be how you activate a plan. And so when we think about it, so we have water, mindfulness and meditation, which goes under our spiritual as well as mindfulness, which as well as emotional, right? So some of them you knock out with multiple things. We have our emotional mindset in terms of really looking at what we're thinking and doing for ourselves, but also things like sleeping well. What is the sleep pattern that's going to allow for you to be your best self? Everyone is different. So although there is some recommendations, like I think it's 6 to 8 hours, making sure that you have what your body needs is going to be extremely important when it comes to sleep. And so thinking about those areas as your kind of foundational ones, but also understanding there is intellectual, professional things like joining a book group, a book club, also things like going back to school, getting promotions or going after the promotion, doing different things can be considered self-care because it enhances your whole identity and your whole well-being from a holistic approach, not just from the physical and I think most of us think of it as the physical ones, right? The drink your water, the running or the working out, and or the building of wealth, right? So when we think about it, our holistic approach requires us to look at our whole life, make a will and be intentional about the areas in which you need to improve within those wellness areas. Again, we have tons of videos on self-care around the areas that could be helpful for you to start building on. And then lastly, self-care and contributing to this unstoppable confidence. Ultimately, when we think about the outcome of self-care, it emphasizes that we have to implement, because we're going back to that first one, we have to be consistent with practicing our rituals, which means that we have to not just implement them, but stay involved in them, right? So drinking your water every day, getting the right amount of sleep as much as possible, having a sleep routine that includes going into a bath or taking moments to kind of rest your body prior to going to sleep. All those things are ways to kind of help you to build a foundation that also helps you to have self-assurance and resilience physically, mentally, and emotionally that can support your actual confidence and your capabilities in the areas that you are trying to build confidence in. So, in essence, this statement around self-care being a game changer is a call to action. Really, it encourages us to recognize the profound impact of self-care in our lives, and understanding by personalizing those self-care rituals, the intention of them, and guiding individuals into helping them or looking at creating a self-care routine that is really about your well-being and creating unstoppable confidence. So we are closing out our series today on self-care being a game changer when it comes to our self-confidence, because it contributes to a healthy well-being that impacts us both physically, mentally, and emotionally. I hope everyone got something from today. Take good care of yourselves. Be well.